out for free for one, but then the rest were in the egg event. And this last week events were fine with like the tandem mouse and everything, and then the last, what was the last few days? So we had, up until this Friday, we did the Worlds event, and then kind of after that there wasn't too much going on. So I wanted to shoot content and do different things, but there just wasn't much going on in the game. I'm trying to see if we had so much, like what was after with Cozy Companions this last week, but oh, we were in a Team Go Rocket takeover right before Worlds. That's what it was. So you know what I mean, not anything too crazy, but I wanted to get out tonight before the Dark Skies event. We're the Sunday night, the last night before Dark Skies. This is the Sunday of Worlds, so there's still some spawns going on that are pretty cool. I want to see if there's any raids. I don't know if they've ended yet. I don't think so. So we're going to talk about what Dark Skies, when this is uploaded, you could tell with all the Dynamaxes and all the different things going on that we're preparing for the max finale, which hopefully this goes up before the max finale raids. It should, because we were doing part 1 and part 2, but I think there's just not enough good content for part 2, so we're just going to mush everything together to give you one really good part 1 and try to get back into that groove of a couple times a week, just like we said, with weather, with different things. With the max finale, we are getting ready for not just the Eternamax itself, but Crown Zacian and Crown Zamazenta raids, and then we're doing all the Gigantamaxes that have happened so far to get us ready for this. What is happening with it is a lot of communities have gotten together. Make sure you check your local campfire to see what meetups and everything will be. I got ours already for my local area here in small town, kind of Ohio, near Kentucky as well. But we got Gigantamaxes going on. But with the Gigantamaxes, those I find so much easier than the actual Dynamaxes. And let me tell you why. With Gigantamaxes, all right, Rattata, you're not, okay. I was gonna run away, but you ran away from me. I was gonna say, with Gigantamaxes, it's easier because there's so many people usually in your area that once you get a now meetup and everything, like you need at least 15 to 20 plus people sometimes. The ones I find harder, the legendary Dynamaxes. With the legendary Dynamaxes, I think there's just an extra level of difficulty. All right, we're going to you. With those, because you can only have 4 people, right? So the problem that I have with it, not that I have with it, it's like, it's more, I love the, like, it takes more strategy and everything for, so each day this week, it's like Latios and Latias, and then I think it's like the Gen 2 dogs, I think they call it, even though, are they dog-like? And then the different ones each day, and those only take 4 people, only because that's the way. And then with the raids for the Gigantamaxes, it's up to 40, which that's what I'm saying. Like most of the time, if you're getting it coordinated and everything, you can tap. This was something I said about with Zacian and Zamazenta. Like, I like the actual getting everything ready for those raids instead of just throwing them on there, if that makes sense. If you're seeing this as well, I should have a video either coming out or soon. Oh, hey, what's going on? Always like to say hi to another electric user. Almost an electric type user. Well, what I was going to say too, we have a interview coming out soon for Good Morning Johto. I'm going to put the interviews and some of the big shows on the Daily Adventure just to combine everything. Well, what we're going to do, and I think it's really cool, is I have a super big interview coming out with Jacques the Whipper. If you've seen his stuff on TikTok, on YouTube, all these places, huge in the Ren Fair community, but also a fan of Pokemon Go. So we're going to put out the YouTube episode as well as the main podcast for it. That the main interview, that I try to interview people every like week or two, usually with community ambassadors and other Pokemon Go content creators in the space. But since I've been doing Good Morning Johto for about 3 years, we've covered a lot of people. So let's go ahead and catch these real quick, because this is one of my favorite events. I know it's only a couple days long because of Worlds, but the interview itself, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Clips and everything will go up on with the Daily Adventure stuff. But I'm super happy how the interview went. And now I want a Honedge. The interview was so stoked to have Jack, aka Jacques, on the pod and just learning more and more about trainers all across the world and about his job and everything. It's being so cool. And then just, I think with some of these people, with like him included, and then with some of it is like, I think they know Pokemon GO's huge, but then also like these giant events with Go Fest, with like the tour bus and everything, is just teaching them a little bit and some cool stuff along the way. Because, not to spoil it, he said he hasn't played in like 5 years from the last couple months. So it was one of those crazy things that getting him on the show and everything. And we've had other really cool interviews too, but that one was super solid. Let's see, Dark Skies this week, focusing on Dynamax and Gigantamax. I want to talk a little more. It was one of those that, even if you don't like Dynamax and Gigantamax, I know a lot of people, when we talked about it, so with Lured Up and all these different shows, a part of our Pokemon Professor Network stuff, it was like, should we be able to remote in for Dynamax and Gigantamaxes? And let me know, like, if you don't have a community, right, like if that's what you're like, hey, I need to be able to remote in because I just can't, like, right, like, especially with some of these, like I said, the legendary Dynamaxes. With Gigantamaxes, like, you can see the people and everything doing it, but that's one of those special things. Let's just get this Honedge real quick. But yeah, like, does it actually change? Should everything just be in person for it? Can you not make anything because you don't have a community? Like, that was a big thing that happened as well, that people are like, I can't get enough Gigantamaxes because my community just doesn't want to do it. Like, or if I don't have, like, if you live in a small town like mine, just trying to establish everything can be tricky. But that was mine. Like, I wish with some of that, but now with Gigantamax, it hasn't really affected our in-person because of how many, what is this? It's the Pikachu. How do I get over there? I don't even know where that is. We did this a little later just because of glare, and I ordered a new thing to cover to see the phone a little more, just to see if we can get a Galarian bird. But yeah, let me know, like, do you care? I'm a real big Dynamax guy. I like shiny Dynamaxes. I'm more of a force. I've told you this if you've been watching a couple episodes of the show, and I'm trying to figure out how YouTube and videos and stuff like that works, showing with the playlist and everything. But it's, I care about 4-stars more than I do shinies, and I was able to get the, what was it, 4-star Trubbish, and I thought that was pretty cool. Am I ever going to use a Trubbish? No, but if whatever happens, I'm ready. But let's go ahead and see, because I want to get at least one of these Pikachus with the world's jacket, or the, what is it called, with the special jacket. I know a lot of the content creators aren't a fan of the costume Pikachus especially, but I will take them all. I think they all look cool. If you don't know what that sound is, I think it's cicadas. I think that's the sound of Appalachian kind of summer, but summer's getting close to the end. Figure out how to get down there. I don't know where this is. Tiger Art? Do we gonna have to off-road a little bit? Oh no. I have never been this way. I do not know where I'm going. But isn't this the whole point of Go? Is like to explore and find these things. I've lived in this town a majority of my life and I don't know where I am. And think like, we're not even that far off my usual path. Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to walk. There is a whole place down here of graffiti that I had no idea about. Let's hop with this Pikachu and just see. This is for real. I've never been down here. Can we actually see? So here's what some of this, like with this art. The Pac-Man, the look beyond and what you see. The tiger's probably, I think, over there. We'll do it on the way back. Man, I've never been down here. I didn't even know this existed. This is wild. So crocodile, I can make these into Pokestops. Now, here's the weird part about it. It's gonna be hard for people to get not back here, but there is a trail. Like, I don't know where this goes. Do I just keep going and then we'll see what happens? That's what I'm saying. Like, think of, like, if you've seen any of these episodes, you know this isn't far from my path, but I've never seen this stop over here. And this is not like, oh, it just ends. So this trail is, it just ends. That's so wild. And this is like a nice trail. I don't know what this would be for. Like if this was just a road that, oh my gosh, I'm not even focusing on catching this Pikachu. Like, I hope you know this is like 100% genuine. I don't know what's going on right now. Wild. We'll have to do more stuff back here. I would love to do, if you don't know, I've been learning way more about way spots and how to do special, like how to like making not just Pokestops but stuff like that. But yeah, I had no clue. What a fun time. Now, am I not supposed to be back here? Wild. Look at the, look at the stars and see their beauty in that. And there's the tiger. Man, had no clue. So cool. This way, yeah, so it must be something they've been like working on this trail. But this trail is like, look, if you're looking at the game with like, it's not even on the game. So wild. This is why I love Go. It's so fun. Let's go do this Haunted Edge raid and then we'll call it. But I've never, so dope. This may be a longer episode than usual, but that's why I said, like, with these events, like maybe the event's not been great, but with stuff like this, like, and it's okay. Like, I do think the Team Rocket raid or the Team Rocket events definitely need to happen for Team Away Frustration, move the pools around. I usually like them an event within the event. Like, I don't know if they're strong enough anymore to be their own event, and they've tried that before and it's been great. But I think the Worlds event is just so good. I want to get this at the end, and I wanted to, the reason why we didn't do with like some of the episodes too is I was waiting until we were in an event, not the end of one like we've been doing, but I'd rather just put out an episode than nothing. I think that's what I gotta learn, is because then things like happen today. Now we're gonna go back to town. I really want to do so with Trubbish, but we already have the 4-star Trubbish. We'll just go down to, that's what I'm saying. So like this is where we usually play, and I've just never seen something like that before. So cool. I don't know if After Dark Skies going into the max finale, I don't know if we know what September, oh yeah, no, because that's when the season ends, right? So we don't have what the next season stuff is. I know with getting into the fall stuff, we're supposed to have, is it a mega raid day sometime ending, I believe, right? We don't know too much about that yet. When I say we don't know too much, I mean we know nothing about it yet. Still know the Galarian bird. I had someone say they get like 2 a week. Is that what the kids call cap? Let's go do this other Honedge raid and try to get some Galarian birds as well. Not that I always let the Go++ run, but with, I've played this game so much, there's not anything. I do need Candy, Stardust I am. Look how low on Stardust I am. 67,000. I got down to like 5,000. That lady was so looking down at her phone, she had no idea what happened. Yeah, let's go do this last raid. We even start heading back if we can. Man, what an incredible day. Like, I hope you know, I 100% genuine had no idea that place existed. Oh, they're doing a little photo shoot. I'll get it out of their way. My go-to sushi place in town. Yes, I parked the bike outside here before. Honedge, what a cool Pokemon. Hiya! Little star you, star me cry there. Hiya! Let's catch this looking over the beautiful Ohio River. you didn't know, one of the only rivers, I believe, to catch on fire. You say lane. Water is not supposed to do that. I know. I know that because I've been learning type advantages finally for Pokemon, not just the guy throwing Rayquazas. We've never done this, but maybe it's something we can start doing. Is if we're going to do the one episode of the week, let's make it a little long. Let's go back to the starting point and just see. I know with the Go Plus that, or not with Go, the Daily Adventure Incense, it doesn't like or want you to go back through the same route you did. I know I catch Rookie D. I know there's a community day coming up in September, but I still think it's cool. Maybe I'll show you too. I know, like, with this trail being weird. All right. I know with some of this trail, I want to show, I've been talking about on some of these episodes that we have this like scenic, I love this like kind of riverfront we do with the art and everything, and actually having a walking path, right? Like that's like unlike the other one. But what I like, and I always said I want to show you more about it, these are completely done by the city, and just these swings that overlook the river. Well, I guess like you gotta overlook with the weeds as well. But like, look, they keep it like, you can tell they mow, but then like look right into these tall weeds. I didn't think about the getting back up there part. It's 8 o'clock. Looks like one of the event. Gimme. Ow. So funny. Well, let's just go ahead and call it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I sure did. I'm not gonna lie. This episode was awesome. Trainers, if you'd like to find more of my daily adventure, you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. We're not even going to promote the Twitter anymore. I'm so bad at Twitter. You can look up the podcast Good Morning Johto to find us Monday through Friday. Have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. I will see you next time.